Hi everyone, Katie here again, and today I want to talk to you about foundations, alright? They're kind of the base of our face and a really important part of our makeup process. And so I want to talk to you about the different ones that are available, the different types, kind of what coverages they offer, what kind of finishes they have, what kind of skin types they work best with, that sort of a thing. Alright, so first off I want to talk about a cream foundation. A cream foundation is usually in kind of like a powder that looks like a powder case like this. However, it has like a cream finish to it. Okay? So these are really great for people who have dry skin. If you have oily skin, I highly recommend staying away from something like this. But for those that have dry skin, this can provide real full coverage results with kind of that matte finish to it, okay? So it's pretty lightweight. It feels pretty nice on your face. However, like I said, if you have oily skin, I'd stay away from it because it's gonna kind of shine up a bit and make you appear even more oily. Then there is the BB creams, which are all the rage right now. Everybody loves them. A BB cream is a tinted moisturizer. So you guys remember how the lip balms were just like tinted? That's the same with BB creams. So BB creams provide kind of just fair coverage, not a whole full coverage look. They're just going to kind of even out skin tone and cover slightly. When you put it on, it has kind of a dewy finish to it, and if you don't prefer that, which actually that's one of the top trends for summer right now, is kind of the dewy finish face versus the matte finish face. But if you don't prefer that, you can always put a powder over this as well. All right. And that can kind of work on any skin type. You know, if you're oily, if you have dry skin, if you're combo skin, that can really kind of work for anything because it's got that moisturizer in it. All right, then you have liquid foundation. And ours from Younique comes in a bottle like this. And liquid foundation gives you medium coverage, okay? So you can see kind of how I have a lot of red and everything here. This will help to cover that and kind of hide that flawlessly. Our liquid is actually a liquid to powder finish, so it's going to have that matte finish to it with that medium coverage for you. And once again, it's great for any skin type. It's also been called Photoshop in a bottle, and I'll show you why in a little bit. All right, then we go to the powders. Here is the pressed powder, which is just like every other pressed powder you guys have seen. Okay, see? And depending on what you use to apply this, it can offer just kind of light finish to full coverage. So if you use like a brush and just kind of put a little bit on over one of these other foundations, it's going to kind of just seal that in and give you a more finished look. Versus if you use the applicator sponge that it actually comes with, which is right here, that will actually give you a full coverage look. So I have actually used this on days when I didn't feel like putting on a whole lot of makeup and a whole lot of foundation. This actually provides great coverage of covering my reds. All right, then we go to our mineral concealer powder, okay? This I don't really consider a concealer. I consider it more of a finishing powder. And for those of you that have maybe used Bare Minerals, this is going to look pretty familiar. This is also going to provide that kind of medium to full coverage depending on how much you use. And it has this really kind of a soft luminous finish, so it's going to give you a bit of shimmer to it, which, let's see, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see on there. But there is just a touch. It's not like glittery, not sparkly, but just kind of a luminous finish. I actually really like using that over top of my BB cream. Then we have our concealer, okay? And our concealer is quite powerful. This is super full coverage, okay? So it's gonna help you with all of these spots, like under here, the blue under my eyes. It's gonna help get rid of that. It's gonna help mask some of the redness. It even covers tattoos. It really covers tattoos wonderfully. So that is our concealer, and a little bit goes a very long way, which I'll give you guys some tips on that later as well. So those are kind of our coverage options and kind of the basis of them. And like I said, it just depends on who you are, what your skin type is, what you prefer. Like I said, since I have all of this redness and kind of blemishes and under eye circles, I tend to go for more of a full coverage, which I actually use with the liquid foundation. Now, I have also been known on days I will actually use the BB cream with the concealer. I will mix them and put that on, and that gives some really full coverage, great full coverage results. Then my other favorite way to mix these up is I will use my Beachfront bronzer with either the liquid or the BB cream, and it provides this really awesome summer glow look. It's really cool. It gives you just this hint kind of like of a tan, but that's, you know, that summer glow, not really like sparkly shimmery, but just that glow that you get from being kind of tan and out in the sun. So that is a great combination as well. And then of course, like I said, I will do sometimes my pressed powder over my liquid foundation. I'll use pressed powder over the Flawless. The BB cream, I will use my luminous powder over the BB Flawless. I've also been known to use that over liquid foundation. It's kind of mix and match for whatever you are feeling that day. So I'm going to show you guys how I use our liquid foundation, aka our Photoshop in a bottle, and how this works for me, because this is the look that I prefer best. This is kind of my everyday go-to look. So first up, we want to shake this up for 30 seconds, which don't worry, I've been doing that. Squeeze this little dropper, make sure you get whatever's in there into the bottom. Shake it up. All right, and then I'm actually using a liquid foundation brush. You can use your hands, you can use other applicators. I prefer the brush because I feel like it gives you more of a even coverage. It's not quite so streaky, that kind of a thing. So I'm going to take and just put a few drops on my liquid foundation brush. Okay, and then you'll notice I already have my eye makeup done. Hint number one, when you're doing your foundation, do it after you do your eye makeup, because as you can see, I can kind of even out these lines here. I can make them nice and perfect and crisp, and if I got any eyeshadow down here or mascara, like you can kind of see there, yep, that'll be gone too. All right, so here we go. This is what it looks like. And then I just kind of do some dots. All right, and then I start blending. And this one is actually in a color called Satin, and I'm finding it is actually blending very well with my skin and really helps to cover that red. I'm normally a taffeta to chiffon girl as far as color, but since I have been using the Self Tanner spray, my face has gotten a little bit darker. And then I love this brush too because it works really well to kind of get in underneath your eyes there. All right, I'm going to grab just a couple more drops. It doesn't take much, folks. All right, and just kind of make sure you blend down. You definitely don't want that line. All right. And there we go. I wish I could show you a side by side. My redness is gone. I've got that beautiful coverage. As I let this dry, it's going to settle to that kind of powdery finish, that matte finish that looks so great. All right. So voila. Okay, if you guys have any questions about our coverages and our foundations, I'd be happy to answer those for you. And thanks once again for tuning in and watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.